Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Happy Sunday. I am coming in today with an April makes video and a little bit about a couple challenges that are going on that I will be participating in. So first of all, welcome to all my new subscribers. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you have not hit that subscribe button, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when I upload a video. And so today, actually nothing me made on. My husband has some vending to do today, so I helped him with that, and we just came back from having margaritas. Happy Cinco de Mayo, everybody. So anyway, let me get to my make. So I made 4 pieces, but it's only 2 different patterns. And so let me share with you. And one of them I've made twice before, and I did separate review videos on. But the first is this, now pop-up pictures, is the Samantha Dress. This is by AK Patterns. Athena is celebrating 1 year anniversary of AK Patterns. It started out as Smiley Patterns, but it changed over to AK Patterns. And so, you can catch the sew along. She has a sew along for the Samantha Dress on the AK Patterns. I believe it's under AK Patterns, or it's either under, I think she has the AK Patterns and Athena Cacao channel. So either one or both, she has the sew along. I can't remember. But I made, this version is version 1, but I did not add, I did the short sleeves and I did not add a collar. And so very simple, easy make. This took me, and I needed a palette cleanser. As you all know, if you saw my previous video, I'll link it up here. My Easter ensemble. I made my Easter dress, I made my purse, and I made my wallet. So those were all kind of heavy projects for me. So I needed a palette cleanser. So this was my palette cleanser. I did this all this past Monday. I'm going to say it was the 28th, April 28th. And so took me 2 hours. 2 hours. This is a quick, nice palette cleanser, and I'll pop up some pictures, but you'll be able to see that when I say I could have gone down a size in the bust, because it was a little big at the top. And this is, as you lose weight, if anybody's like me, it's kind of like, oh, maybe not, I'm not quite ready to go down the size, I don't know, we'll see. Yes, I could have went down a size in the bodice, so yay me. But it's still fine. It's still fine. And I actually do have on a cami for that. I don't think I needed one, especially if I went down the size. It wouldn't have had the gaping that it had a little bit in there. Well, it wasn't gaping, it was more full. A little, you'll see it's a little extra fabric around the waist area, because the only adjustment I made was sorry about that. I lengthened the waistline by a ½ inch, and so that's where I wanted this to sit. So so it turned out perfect. As you all know, AK Patterns come with some very good directions and everything, and this worked out great. So I'll leave a link to where you can find the sew along for this, because then it'll be a link in that video for where you can purchase. Okay, so my next make, my second make, but I made 3 of this, is the Love Notions Rhapsody Blouse. And so I've always loved this blouse when I've seen Vivian from Stitches and Seam. Hers are always so cute. And really, it's a simple pattern. But what makes it stand out is the fabric that you use, and the flowiness and the drapiness, and even the print of the fabric that you use just really makes this pattern pop. And I absolutely love it. I made 3. And let me start with the first one. So the first one, and let me just tell you, I didn't tell you, but this fabric is it's 95%, I don't remember. I know it's 5% spandex. It's a knit. it was called a summer knit. I got this from Joann Fabrics, and I am really bad about taking pictures of the labels when I buy stuff from the stores. But all of this fabric for all three of these blouses came from Walmart, and I didn't pay no more than $2 a yard for any of these. And this was from a haul I did maybe a few months ago. So let me just get into this. So I'm looking at my notes. So the sizing for the Rhapsody blouse, I cut the extra large, and that is a 53-inch waist. And these are finished garment measurements, and a 48 and a half, no, I'm sorry, 53-inch bust, 48.5-inch waist, I believe is what my notes are saying. And then I graded out to the hip to XXL, which was a 57.5 finished garment measurements. And so I did 3 different sleeve options. So let me show you the first one I did, this yellow one, which all this fabric again came from Walmart. This was probably one of the ones that was $2 a yard, and I still have plenty of this left over. I'm not sure what to do with it though, because I don't want yellow bottoms. Maybe it'll be a different top, because it looks good on. However, I cannot wear it yet because in looking at the Rhapsody blouse measurements, me going off the finished garment measurements and seeing how much ease was in the pattern, I thought I was fine with the extra large and grading out to the hips to XXL. That didn't work. And so I think this pattern is drafted a little different than what I'm used to, like what Cashmerette is based on cup size and all of that. I don't think the Love Notions pattern is drafted like that. And so me going off the finished garment measurements and still knowing I would have room, because I'm only a 50-inch at the bust, and the finished garment measurement for extra large is 53. And it was too tight across the top, across the bust, and it was too tight across the back. It was actually too tight to got to the waist. The waist and the hips was fine, but everything else above, the sleeves were fine, but everything else above for that, it just didn't fit. So that's telling me that probably the drafting for the pattern is not the same that what I would be typically used to. And so, so I'll be able to wear this soon enough, right? But not right now. But it turned out so cute, isn't it? I love these sleeves. This is the flutter sleeve, and this is a polyester. This is a polyester. All these are polyesters, and this is a crepe. Yeah, some kind of polyester. It's kind of thick, and I tried to use bias binding. I had to unpick all that around here, and I just ended up doing serging and folding it over. And this collar, I mean, not the collar, the point there, I actually got good on this one. I did pretty well on that. The second one is the 3/4 length sleeve with the flutter at the bottom. So cute. I've worn this twice. I just made this in April, so I've worn it twice already in April. Love it. And they all have the yoke piece, so it's a clean finish on the inside. The only thing is I did not do good on the last two, that point, because this is supposed to be a V, but it just didn't turn out that great. But because of the pattern, the fabric, the design on the pattern, you really can't tell. But it looks so good, and I'll start popping up pictures of how this one looked. But it turned out so well, and this is the one I actually did fabric self binding. I made my first bias binding out of fabric, and it was tricky because this is a polyester, and this was probably $2 a yard from Walmart, and it was not ironing that well, but I mustered through it and I used it to finish off the neckline. This was the last one I did, because the second one I tried using satin bias binding, and I was like, no, just use fabric. And so it turned out beautiful. I absolutely love it. So flowy. Look at that. Love that in the back. And it just looks so good. I do love it. So that's actually the third one I made. The second one I made was the It has, it's not quite, it's a little longer than quarter, 3/4 length, but it has the elastic at the end, which I love, because then I don't really like sleeves down to my wrist because I will always be moving them. So this, and you'll see in the picture where it hits me, I'm still able to raise this up some, up on my arm. But see the inside of this, I use the bias binding, and it don't lay down as great as I would like. And I had to cut the yoke, inside yoke piece, on 2 pieces because I didn't have enough fabric. And I think the reason I didn't use fabric for the binding on this is because I didn't have enough fabric. I think I had only gotten like 1.5 yards of this. This one I had got 2 yards, and then the yellow one I got like 4 yards, because the yellow one might have been $1 a yard. But yes, absolutely, I've worn this twice, so I'm gonna wash these this weekend because I've worn them. So yeah, isn't that beautiful? It just turned out, and I love the way I laid the pattern, because this here is the solid is more towards the center, and you have the designs on the end, so it looks more slimming that way. So I love that. I love it. Do I have any notes on the pattern itself? I did French seam these two. These are French seamed on the inside, if I can show you. So like the side seams on both of these are French seams. I did not French seam the armhole. I could have, because I French seamed armholes before on my sew over at Eve dress. I did that. But I did French seam the sides, and the sleeves are French seam. So absolutely beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So love the pattern. Again, the sizing can be tricky if you're used to different type of drafting for patterns. So the last 2 I made, like the first one I told you I graded out, the last 2 I just cut a straight, the largest size. And so while it is a little roomy, it will start getting a little big soon. What I will do is, where if it starts like this here part is too low, start getting low around the bust, I'll just wear a cami underneath until it's just too big and I can't wear it anymore. But and then soon enough I'll be able to get into the yellow one. But right now it's just way too tight across that top and across the top of my back. So let's see, those are all my notes. I just want to point that out for the sizing. If you're thinking about getting this pattern and you're looking at the finished garment measurements, that might not be the best gauge for how this would fit. You probably just better off going off the measurements from the actual measurements from the pattern size. So okay, so let's switch gear and let me talk about a couple of challenges that are coming up. Okay, so now I am coming in to share with you my plans for a couple challenges that are coming up, and I'll go a little fast because I'm starting to lose a little light here. So if you did not know, if you follow Tamika from Crumpets Tea and Sewing, and Crystal from Crystal Sews and stuff, I will leave a link to their channels down below. But they are hosting the Sew Maxi for Mother's Day, and I'll put the graphic up here so you can see that. And it goes into, you have until May 12th. So yeah, May 12th. Mother's Day is May 12th. And so so excited for T and for Crystal, and I will be participating. And so I was going through my mind of what I wanted to sew, and I was like, you know what used to be my TNT for me was McCall 7121. I'll pop up a picture here. I have made 3 or 4 of those before, a long time ago, and they're all donated at this point. But I was like, oh, that would be simple to whip up. And I was like, you know what, let me step outside my comfort zone and do something, do a pattern that I haven't done in a while, or I haven't done period actually, and go from there. And it's so funny, is anybody else like this? Let me know in the comments if you do this. I have different color thread, you know, on my thread rack up here, and I was just looking at the thread and I was like, I'm just gonna use this thread on this dress, and I'm gonna go find some buttons to match. Do Do anybody do that? Usually you have your fabric and then you trying to match your thread, but I did the opposite, where I was like, this is just gonna work. I'm gonna make it work. So I have this orange. This is an orange colored thread, and by the looks of it, I've never used it before, and so not sure why I bought it. So I said I'm going to find some orange buttons, and so I did. Well, actually, I was thinking peach, but then I saw these. These are orange buttons. Look at that. Isn't that cute? And I am going to make, and I'm thinking I might do a sew-in 30 on this. So if you're not following me on Instagram, do, because then I'll just, it's not going to be a sew along. It's just, you know, if you're following Brittany J. Jones, you know, she does the sew-in 30. And so it's just what you can complete on a project in 30 minutes. So it's not a sew along. But it's the MimiG. This is MimiG. Oh, that's not the pattern number. Look on the screen and I'll show you the pattern number for this. But I've had this, I don't know how long. I know I got it when it came out. I can't tell when this, I can't see the date, the year. 2016. So this is from 2016. And I got, this here's the largest size. What I used to do with MimiG patterns is always get the smallest and the largest size. And so this is the largest size. This is the one that goes from a 20W to a 28W. And I'm so happy I looked at this because the reason, if you've noticed, I sew a lot of indie patterns, and because it comes in my size range, I have veered away from the commercial patterns, the big four, because I'm not grading up any patterns. As I lose weight, I'm fine with waiting to sew those as I lose weight, because I'm not doing any extra work when usually I have to make some kind of adjustment anyway. And grading up a pattern just so I can wear it is not going to be one of the things that I do. But this actually, I looked at the pattern pieces. I looked on the back. It says the body measurements are, the finished body measurements are 60 inches in the bust. And, oh, I'm sorry. Finished garment measurements in the bust is 59.5 inches. And I was like, whoa. So I looked at the pattern pieces and I was like, oh, because I'm 50. And so I was like, wow. But the size is 50 for the body measurements. And so I'm probably going to do the 20, it goes up to 28. I'll probably do the 26 in this. And what I'll do is trace this off. So I'm going to do the maxi version, which is view A. Isn't that so cute? And it's not a lot of instructions for this at all. And I have my fabric. I actually did some fabric shopping. Fabricmart.com had a sale on their fabric, and oh boy, I'm sorry, I don't even remember how long ago that was. It was early April. But I have this. This is a, you guys know how I fold up my fabric, and I apologize, but this is a, it's a Tencel, it's a cotton Tencel, and I lost the tag. And so what I'll do is, and I've since deleted the email that had the description of what I ordered and everything. So I don't even know how to go back and look for this. But this is one, look how drapey that is. That's going to be gorgeous. So it's a cotton Tencel, I want to say. And it looks like a chambray or whatever. Is it a cotton chambray Tencel? I don't know, something like that. And I hate I lost the tag because I wouldn't even know how to go back and look this up. Oh, I'll go back into my account. I'll look it up and then I'll put it across the screen what it is. That's what I'll do, just in case they have it. So that is what I am going to use. And this was on sale for $3.99 a yard. And I bought 4 yards of this. Okay, so the second challenge is the Sew Together for Summer challenge. This is the 3rd year that they've done it, and this year is the jumpsuit. Y'all know how much I've talked about jumpsuits, but I'm going to step out of my comfort zone. I saw this picture when I was traveling in February for my birthday. It was in some magazine. And I thought it was so cute. I believe her name is Melissa McCarthy. So, so cute. I thought that was so cute. And I remember saving the picture thinking one day I'm going to do a jumpsuit. And so when this challenge came around 2 months later, and I'll leave a link. This is being hosted by Sarah Smith, Sewing in Spain, and is it Rocco Sienna? So if you're following them on Instagram, you know about this challenge already, but it's Sew Together for Summer. And so there are a couple jumpsuits that I have in mind that I pulled out and just kind of took a peek at. The first one is this Butterick 6224. And of course, I'm looking at this one. And I'm even considering doing the little kimono. And this goes up to a size 24. And it has the finished garment measurements are really good. I pulled it out. I didn't write it down. But there's enough. The finished garment measurements is really good. Where, and I actually may not do the long version. I might do this version here. This jumpsuit. And do the little kimono. I think that is so cute. So that's an option. So I might, just to be comfortable with the jumpsuit, I might do this just as a muslin. I don't have fabric yet for that. Just do a muslin just to see how I feel in it. And then I'm thinking about then doing the Athena, the AK patterns, the Abby jumpsuit. If you are familiar with that, the Abby jumpsuit. So that is the second jumpsuit I would consider. And this jumpsuit is, I believe this, I'm not sure if this is knit or not. It really doesn't matter. But this one is more in line with that Melissa McCarthy one I just shared. Let me show you the line drawing. Here's the line drawing for it. Yeah. So, and again, I would do a shorter version. Not all the way down to the knees. So the one that Abby, who the pattern is named after, hers is cropped. So I would probably more than likely do a crop for that. My other option is, if I get it done in time, because you guys know I already finished my pant block. I have not done my bodice block yet. So if I get my bodice block, because this challenge goes through, I don't think... it actually goes through, the deadline is June 21st. So if I can get my bodice block done in time, I will combine my bodice block and my pants block to create my own style of jumpsuit. We shall see. I may not have time for that, but we shall see. But if I don't, because I'm really trying to get through my Make 9, but if I don't, I'll just do both of these. I'll start with the Butterick as a kind of, okay, let me just get my mind in here for a jumpsuit, and then I will find some cute fabric to do the Abby jumpsuit in. So that is it. Those are the two challenges that are coming up that I am very excited about. Very, 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 very. And so that is it. So if you guys have any questions, please leave them below. Has anybody made any of these? Have you made this? I'm very excited about finally being able to do a commercial pattern, because the size range, I fit in the size range now, specifically for this MimiG one. So I'm very excited about that. Do anybody else pick what they're going to do based off the thread that they have sitting on their rack? I don't know. Just me. All right, everybody. Thank you so much again for tuning in. You all have a blessed day. Sorry, I'm losing my light, so I'm going to end this video, and we will see you next week. Stay tuned. All right, everybody. Bye.